Welcome back, Ryan. Costin current series gaming, continuing my walkthrough of the banner Saga on the part of the check out my walkthroughs on the Juno as well. No encouragement or tales of glory will lift the spirits of the caravan. In the north we have times like this as one of the other giants raising tankards and horns of meat. Skal, they shout and make short of the work of their drinks, explaining that each person takes a drink and some tell the story that these moments are older than the last. Others join them for a second round and mead this past your way. Join the giants in drinking. Taking the mead, you shout Skal. The crowd cheers and laughter echoes from the camp for hours, and each person comes up with increasingly more absurd stories of the world's remedies, success in caravans, and much better than the fallen being tugged over and less painful before. No more supplies, I'm afraid. No more supplies. I really need some supplies. I traded supplies well, I guess it was worth it. The 10 supply used. But now left without any. The godstone for Ingrid, the goddess of knowledge, looks on as the caravans take so much and the rest. Ever sent children away from solitary dredge slinger like beneath the snow. Should we be worried about that? You ask Ivor, pointing to the dredge body. I don't think so, he replies. Still, we couldn't hurt to have a few guards work around. Hours passed without warning. Inspect the godstone. Ingrid's godstone is carved with ancient runes which don't make much sense to you, though. I wouldn't tell you some of the menders have deciphered them. It's how the menders learned the language of the gods. Past the largest stone, a long series of slabs contain more writing all the way down to the hill. The odd thing he tells you is that writing occasionally changes depending on who is reading it. Usually it describes the history of the gods, but it can be embodied in any topic. Sadly, anyone doesn't know how to read it himself. Juno could, he says. As you're ready to depart, you hear screams from near the main godstone. The same voice, so curious about their bridge before a shrieking point. For a moment, you think it must not have been dead. But then you see that they have opened the wrapping that was in the dredge's hands. Wait, says Ivor, his arms across your chest. This shouldn't be seen. Get the runway. Chill sweeps over you. After blood pushes past it. Gasp. Stop, shouts Ivor, but the curious onlookers have already seen it. Interesting. Leave it. On the ground before the dead slinger is a small stony figure. Its hand searching for something it can't find. That's a baby. The dredge is a woman? We've been killing women, we've been slaughtering women and children this whole time, leaving them to die. In a war, it's only the males who fight. We've been fighting these dredge the whole way. Why are women with children on their backs attacking us? They're not invading, they're running. Everyone stops dead in their tracks. The entire caravan is gathered around, aghast. When I spoke to Juno, she told me something was coming. She didn't know what. The darkness, something black is covering the world, and the dredge are running from it just as we're running from them. The serpent, the quake, it's all the beginning of the end. Ivor, you knew. Why? Why didn't you say something? Ivor? When I was young, I killed one of the Sunder during the Second Great War. We called it raise. Every time we could build our defenses, it would flatten them and push us back. I became separated from the rest of all and stumbled upon Ray's deep in the snowstorm. Alone, she was nursing. I threw my ass. It twisted in the wind. Her sign died in her arms. She was so pathetic, kneeling in the snow. She didn't even try to stop me when I took her head. That's how I killed the Sunder. When I found my way to Grafheim, the world wanted me to make a candor next to the king. I left, walked until I ended up in school. No one knew what I had done. The only sound is the wind blowing through the trees. So, what to do with the child, you might ask? For a long time, nobody says a thing until a child breaks its sound. What do we do with the baby? She asks, blunt frozen, looking at the small city which was waiting for you. Put it to a vote. While some grumble about leaving it, the chance the caravan votes pretty clearly in favor of the infant behind. It remains beneath the godstone as the caravan departs. You try to pull the whole episode from your mind, focusing now on reaching the town. It should be nearby, I hope. I don't have any more supplies. I need to buy them, and I'm not gonna stay in that town for very long. I'm gonna spend all my renown on making the usual rounds when you hear a rather loud debate coming from the area the Varl have got gathered. Ivor joins you as you approach. Ubin, you'd rather be known for falling asleep and dying in the corner of Meat House than battling Thunder. No, I'd rather be known for not dying. Don't even know what you're worried about. I did this 100 times in the Great Wars. Take some warriors, plow head first into the dredge. They follow you into the hills, get lost. Now they're not following you. When you did this 100 times, did they have Bellower leading them? Have you never heard about the time I hit Bellower in the head with a throwing axe? You're planning to confront the dredge? Careful, my friend. A lot of old history getting thrown around here. The warriors were just noting that there's a damn good number of dredge on our asses. Bellower pulling up the rear. This one thinks he can just wander up there and throw them off our tracks. How about some gratitude? Thought you'd be happy to finally be the oldest Varl in the land, Ublin. I'm never happy to lose more Varl, Krum. Besides, I'm not convinced you're really older than me. Old rivalry you've got here. Comments like that remind me I've already wasted too much time doing nothing. In the old days, I'd already be halfway to the battlefield by now. Speaking of which, you coming in far? You could ask Bellower for your arm back. Don't think so. Not exactly in the mood right now. Right then, I'll tell Hardbrug you said hello. Krum and a good many Varl warriors head out towards the growing army of Dredge. Is he coming back? He always has before, but this time feels different, I fear. He is gonna come back with 4 less warriors, but he is definitely gonna come back. Don't worry about that. No surprise. Come on. Frosta, the young girl who joined your caravan after being far near the foes, stands still and refusing to move. She points off to the side of the trail and stares, her eyes full of fear. This again remarks one of the clansmen nearby. Stop the caravan and find an alternate route. Taking no chances, you signal the caravan to turn. Clansmen groan, questioning your decision to rely on the girl's fear. But follow your orders. An alternate route is hard to come by, and the caravan's moving. There's the town. I'm gonna lose one more ball. Gather around, doubters, echoes a shout in the distance as Krum and his band of warriors break through nearby foliage. And behold, the invincible Varl. The caravan is thrilled to see Krum return to safety. The plan work? Asks Ubin. Responds Krum. Of course it works. Same old dredge. Should be another day or two before they find their own nest. And if you apologize, I'll tell you how I found these rooms. Tossing you a pair of leather gloves that look big enough for a Varl. He leans in close, whispering so Ubin can't hear. Had something to do with a raven's nest. One more Varl. Okay. It's not too terrible. I should be...
As Sigurholm approached us, we fear the worst. The once calm lake surrounding it now looks like a bowl that has been flipped. Proud homes sinking into muddy water. A side effect of the quake. What has the rest of the world become on the other side of those mountains?
Look at that. Look at the bar. Just look at it. Thankfully, though, I'll be able to get some supplies. We can have 34 now. We can spend all of it on supplies. As many as we can. We should have bought more from the first town, but I was like, yeah, let's look up the character. I don't have enough. Turns out, well, don't stay here. Don't let her in this town because it's a dumb idea. A really dumb idea. One catastrophe to another, says Aldi facing the town appears to be sinking into the lake. Townspeople from dark windows and makeshift hovels for a dark hill. No sense, I won't look at her. Where is she? Runs to the front of the caravan. The watch of Juno is in here, and you get the creeping feeling you're not going on. Going up river, it's up to the question. The beach is bare aside from the pigeons. Alright. All I'm saying is how long are you willing to wait? While taking stock of the caravan, you inadvertently walked into a debate when I went. As long as we need to. And I think we need to get out of here. I don't feel good about this place. Why? What's wrong? Something doesn't feel right. People here are staring at us like those vultures in the waste. Sorry why I went. I think Ladley's is right. I saw a man the whole time we were setting up. He was just watching in a creepy way. And how long before the dredge find us here? Juno will come. Just give it a little more time, Rook. Listen to me. I need you to trust me on this. She's not gonna come, by the way. You're just wasting time if you stay in the town. Alright. Knit. Oh, I already talked to her in the previous video. But since I had to fight the battle... Alright. You're really worried about her, aren't you? What? Oh, Juno. Worried doesn't even begin to describe it. If she doesn't find us here or something has happened to her, are you sure what you saw was real? If it could have been a dream or I don't know, you're pretty exhausted. I don't know, to be honest. I'm not sure anymore. Everything's a blur. Don't tell the others I said that. I have to hope it wasn't just a dream. What's it like to be a mender? Being a mender, I guess I never really thought about it like that. It's just part of me. They knew very young that I've joined the order. Born into it, you could say. My mother and father, they're both menders. The guild is for lots of people now, builders and healers. They all pull lightning out of the sky. No, that's not normal. It's one of the reasons I know Juno. She's one of the council. She helps me control things like this, so we don't end up scaring people. How exactly does weaving work anyway? Well, the hardest part is usually seeing the threads. Everything's part of the tapestry. It's made of threads woven together. If you can see the threads, you can manipulate them. I don't know how to explain it really. It's like trying to play a harp with invisible strings. Look at my staff, for example. Some menders carve intricate patterns in the wood to help them remember the shapes of air. Like I said, hard to explain. Why is Belor still following us? I saw Grafheim as it burned. Iwan gets a far look in his eyes. The thunder blew through it like a tempest. The fire all fell in the thousands. Most of the thunder left the city and headed south. Who knows where they are now? They might be destroying every town they come to, or heading towards Arbrang. Belor stayed in Grafheim just for support of it, I think. As we fled to Einertoft, I thought he must want to wipe the Varl off the map completely. But then he came after us. Maybe he knew Ivor was the one who killed Reyes. Maybe, but let's just make sure he doesn't catch up. Do you think this is the end times? I don't know what to think. I wish I could give you a better answer. Even if we escaped the dredges, that serpent's darkness was covering the world. I don't know how long that will take or what that means even. I'm just trying to solve one problem at a time. The menders are in Arbrang. If we can find ships and make it to the capital, we might have a chance. I won't take any more of your time. No, it's okay, Rook. I appreciate the talk. It's good to stay grounded. I spend all day worrying about serpents or thunder. I think a lot of people are intimidated or scared maybe of me. Don't worry, it's nothing new. I'm used to it. Maybe some time we can talk about things that don't include the world ending. Yes, the world will end. Let's leave. Don't waste time. Rook, wait, please. I went back. She said she'd be here. We need her. You can certify the leaving as though he's picking up Juno. I'm sure she'll catch up to us. Once across the lake with 1,000 miles there. She says nothing. We've got problems as ever. The whole place is flooded. We could try to walk the muddy parts, but it will be slow going. We could try to float the caravan over the lake, but we might tip or get stuck. Or we could just go around the whole thing, but no idea how long that will take. What do you think? Pay some locals to help. The locals become a lot more helpful when you swallow your pride and start offering food for help crossing the river. They give you small fishing boats to borrow and show you the area with the best chance of making it across. We hope your luck holds as you march from the shore. Despite our respect because of your the locals from Cinder home don't try anything underhand as they take you in their small boats to the other side of the lake over several trips. You leave them with a generous amount of food and they row back to their town. You hope it's worth to buy some space from Belor. He will have to drag his armies through the mud on foot. Alright. Well, 10 days. That's how much it's gonna take me. That's how much it's gonna take. 9 days. If I see the city nearby, there's gonna be another battle, I suspect. I think I'm gonna run into some friends. The gaunt men and women approach the caravan and hands held high. As words, friends, the man says, we're performers down on our luck. The woman hits him and says, we're outlaws, plain and simple. 10 of us, and we'll help you fight in a fight for some food up front. What are your crimes? Misunderstandings, the man says. Meat houses are confusing. You never know when you drank your share. The woman hits him again, says, we're stolen, killed a few when we had skills that might benefit you out here. In us, but you'll be watched. The two quickly shuffle supply. Wagon as 8 more bandits emerge from the wilderness. They gorge themselves on salted cheese, taking time to thank everyone. After eating, they politely keep to themselves. As for supplies, that's not much. As you're about to head off to sleep for the night, on the side, I have a couple of concerns I wanted to speak to you about. He says, in private, you can find a quiet place to talk. What's on your mind? How well do you know the people traveling us? How many strangers are in the caravan now? The group decides. We have picked up quite a few. I've been watching folks since I joined you. Your companions from store, they're loyal. I mean, it seems pretty clear they died to protect you. I suppose I'd do the same. What about Varl? You don't even know half those warriors. You're telling me they have no problem following a man's orders now, after everything that happened at Einertoft? They joined us voluntarily, and they might voluntarily put a sword in your gut too. What happens the first time the Varl don't want to do what you tell them? If Krum gave the word, I guarantee at least half would follow. Let's be honest, they could take this caravan by force anytime if they wanted to. What do you suggest? I suspect growing some balls instead of hoping it all works out. They're not Vigor's problems. There is a mender with us. A mender who pulls lightning up to the sky and tells us what to do and where to go. Myself, I think we locked out when his mentor didn't show up in Stockholm. Iwan, just the apprentice? What in the depths is his master capable of? Think about it, Brooke. What do you really know about Iwan? I heard they were found practically dead in the middle of nowhere when the dredge started showing up. Then an enormous serpent shows up at Einertoft after turning the world in half, takes one look at Iwan, then bolts. Suddenly they need our help instead of the Mender Council? How does that make any goddamn sense? Iwan could have taken control long before now. A shrewd man with ambitions can be very patient. I'm grateful for what you've done so far to get us this far, Rook, but it's always been about trust. I think it's time to part ways, so to speak. Nothing personal. Suddenly you gasp for air. When you look down, Onuf is holding a knife buried deep in your ribs. And he's gonna betray you. Your vision blurs, your blood fills your sight. You gasp again. There's a bird whistle, and the camp becomes a blur of mush. Onuf's fight there from Frostfighter leap into action, cutting people down. As Olive turns to fire on the men, Onuf runs her through and pulls the blade from her back without even breaking her stride. She drops like a sack of flour. In one quick motion, his blade then takes Egil in the throat before he can grab his shield. Onuf heads straight for Ellen, who freezes in the bright light. You rise to your feet through the pain. Egil and Onuf oddly far dead. Somehow you find the strength to clear the nearest traitor in two, but you can't find the breath to shout. You think your lung might be punctured. Onuf clutches her left wrist amidst the commotion, tosses her bow aside and pulls her into the deep woods. Her eyes mint your spotless. No, her lips says, though you can't hear the words. A dozen men appear between you as Ivor steps into the view, as fearsome as you've ever seen him. Right, we have to fight and kill these guys. It's not gonna be that. Look, just one archer. Gunolf will. Shit. Well, that screwed me over. Okay. I will need a lot of renown for what is to come. Nice. Battlefield has changed. good archer, but she's just... We're kinda screwed. Again. I'll just reload over that entire section again, and... It doesn't matter what you pick in this conversation, it will lead to exactly the same thing over and over again. Alright. Yeah, Iwind, or Iwind, I think you pronounce it Iwind. Let's see if this works. Well, it did. Yeah, once again, I forgot to click. Get some kills on that. I'm getting so really pissed the fuck off. Anif's rebellion is at an end. A costly end, I might add, but an end nonetheless. Where's Alette? Shouts Ivor, tearing through the near bandit, but you're already hobbling into the deep woods where they disappeared, ignoring the battle raging behind you. In a haze of pain, you start thinking you've lost their tracks when indeed. Then you hear Alette screaming in the distance, followed by silence. You tear through the trees. In a small clearing, Alette lies with her back against the tree, her hands in her. She stares vacantly ahead, unblinking. Besides her is the body of Anif, an arrow buried in his right eye, as if placed there by hand. She looks in your direction, then at Anif. I killed him, she says. Alette, are you alright? You cringe as much from the pain as the appearance of Alette after a bloody struggle with him. No, I'm not hurt. I had no choice. Dad, your chest, you're bleeding. Suddenly she is at her side, putting pressure on the wound. I can fix this. Where's my needle? I'll leave. Anyone. Ivor, I found him. Just as your sight goes black, you see Ivor and Alette standing over you. It'll be fine. He's going to make it. Your eyes open to the sound of Alette's voice. Normally, no one like that. I only hope I did enough. I'll survive. Dad. Alette stops herself from hugging your bandaged chest, pulling your head to her. Instead, the words come out easier than expected. I'll leave. It's a good thing Ivor was there. She's gonna pull through this pretty nice one. Managed to kill most of the traitorous sons of bitches and the rest fled into the woods. A lot of people I couldn't save. You did everything you could, Iwan. Nobody expects you to raise the dead. Iwan frowns deeply, putting a hand to his forehead. Why did Anif do this, Rook? He was talking to you right before it happened. He had been planning it all along. I thought that much is clear. Ekel killed a good half-dozen of Anif's men by himself. He told me Anif was running for Frostvetter the whole time. He left Frostvetter behind when he saw a better opportunity. Guess that relationship is over. Ekel was always just the barking dog you put in the yard to find out who your enemies are. It was no accident Anif went after the West from school. He must have thought with us gone, he'd take the banner and the rest would fall in line. Or at worst, they'd take all the supplies for themselves and leave the rest of it straight today. We have to be more careful. We can't just let anyone join the caravan anymore. We'll be more cautious. None of this changes the fact that Bellower is out there somewhere following us. That swamp around Saga might buy us some time, but we've got to keep moving. Your body aches all over. But Ivor's right, the road calls. The caravan is already starting to pack up camp. Alright, need to keep moving. Still have several days to go. How's the wound? You notice how leaf wounds. Yes, your eyes to great. It's doing a lot better. When I saw it happen, I thought for sure, well, I'm really good lad. You would have missed me, Rook? She smiles. Without Tywin, that's all you could have done. Instead, you'll have to put up with my crap a little longer. It still aches. You wouldn't believe, though. Oh, maybe you would. I heard you took a stabbing yourself. I guess things could have gone worse. How are you doing? Oh, I'm doing alright. Sometimes it's lonely since my husband died. I guess I'd say it's more like being alone, even surrounded by all these people. Not like I don't have enough to worry about, though. I'm glad to have her let her on. And you, Rook. What do you think about the caravan? You mean, should we start kicking people out? That's a tough one. Usually I'd be the first to give you a dirty look for suggesting it. On the other hand, I got the sword in my back. I'll leave things for a moment before... Don't send anyone away. Just make sure nothing happens to Alette. Alright. Okay, thanks. I'll take you up on that. You know, you're welcome to keep me company when I'm a little more awake. I'll talk to you later. Alright. So, that's it. Alif survived. Sadly, Egil is dead. Nothing could be done for a boy. Look who it is. Still not dead. How are things, Rook? I can never guess with you, Ekel. I heard you helped drive off the traitors when Anif attacked us. And it leaves me always wondering, what's your deal? I'm not so hard to understand. Why don't you try asking instead of telling? Why didn't you warn us about Anif? Didn't I? How many times did I have to call him traitor before we got the message? What do you want me to say? Watch out, Anif's going to murder your whole family? He didn't fill me on the details. He was always like that. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he tried to convince you to off me. But listen, I don't need to know, so keep it to yourself. Why did you stick with him? I don't know, Rook. I really don't know. Family makes you do weird things. You know what the worst part is? We became kin when he married my sister. She died of a fever one night. But she didn't. She wasn't sick. He killed her. I don't know why he did it. Maybe he just felt like it. I was so furious. I got so angry that I wanted him to beg. I could kill him without a second thought, but that wasn't enough. I wanted him to feel sick about it, puke his guts out. And somehow that turned into overtime. He never cared, and I gave up and did what he wanted. Don't know how it happened, but when I attacked you in Frostweather, guess I'll just say it wasn't my idea. You're welcome to stay with us, and no plans to go anywhere. So you're going to let me walk around with my own axe and everything. That doesn't mean I'm not watching you. I can accept that. You're a good man. Need to get going. And I need to take a piss. You're not the only busy man around here, you know? Oh, it's so epic. Anyway, could rest for a day, but I'm not gonna do so right now. Just gonna continue forward. When I need to rest, I will rest. There's the flurry of snow falling seems to come down to north and quickly thickens until you're unable to see the man in front of you. Shout the complete halt, but the screaming winds down the side of the day, passing before the blizzard abates and plant beds start to reappear from the snow drifts. Make a thorough search for the lost clansman. Alright, that's not a good idea. It's a waste of time. Really a waste of time. Well, look at the event. Volunteers to scout the immediate area. Plenty of volunteers step forward and you send them in each direction for a predetermined amount of time. The scouts return mostly empty-handed. The family members need for more time to search. Commit to an hour more. Oh, that's a waste of time. If you search thoroughly, you can find them, but regret allowing those people to leave with the backpacks so very early on because I gave them supplies. Create a bonfire and wait for people to find you. So these are the outcomes you get if you try. You can find the people, but I think it takes a bit, right? Well, that's it. Oh, a town right there. Nice. I should be able to buy supplies. I have 29 right now. Finally. The villagers here are completely oblivious to the destruction that is coming. All we've seen is some dark figures far off. They tell you, aside from female families, they were reluctant to pick up their things and join you. Okay. "12 days, huh?" And all I got was normal morale. Well, the first time I played this on hard, and finished it by the way, I reached the last town and pretty close to this poor condition. So this is not the worst I have seen. Bowman's stifled scream fails to overly concern anyone. It was only a matter of time before the expectant mother gave birth. The caravan is simply excited by the first sign of life since the trip began. called for a day of rest and celebration. When the baby cries replace the mothers, the entire caravan cheers. You raise your drink to the family. Tomorrow we rest and feast to strength and long life. 15 right now. Dad. The sounds of a skirmish alert you to a varl surrounded by half a dozen armed fighters. One man spots you and shouts, "Leave us to our business. This varl will kill my father without reason." The varl is about to respond when a man attacks. The giant swats a blade aside and silently watches for the next assault. Let's hear what the varl has to say. The varl shrugs, as if unconcerned, saying, "This one's father and I had a business deal. He lied. Now he's dead." "Lies?" shouts the man. "You murdered him over a lie, you coward." The man wildly attacked the varl, who deflects him well enough. "But you're uncertain how long he can keep it up." Defend the varl. "Ivor, we could use any varl with a good sword and arm, couldn't we?" He nods, readying his weapon. The men immediately back off. This prospect of fighting your entire army is suddenly unappealing. They watch from a distance, shouting obscenities and something about injustice. The varl turns towards you. "Didn't need the help, but if I'm going to travel, might as well be in the company of other varl." He falls in line with the others, and you travel. 5 ring. I have enough to level up. Another godstone, I suppose. Right? Town or something along those lines. No, it's a godstone. 7 days of supplies. Don't worry, I'll get more. A lot more. Oh yeah, there's still plenty of things. Another village. Stuff like that. I'm gonna level up character Rook. The imposing godstone of Borjulf approaches. His severe visage makes it feel like he's watching you even now. The caravan spreads out, happy to be free of the confining frost and the open fields. Hogan pulls you aside to show you some red berries growing on ash tree that looks like it was chopped down along the road. These shouldn't be growing here, he says excitedly. I haven't seen these in a long time. He moves every go about collecting the berries. In fact, in honor of some of the caravan crack cakes of meat and wine before anyone can stop them. The only god that matters, they shout around the drinks, and you're glad for the merriment that has swept over the caravan. John Hogan collecting berries. What exactly are these, you ask Hogan? When I travel to Guard with my father, sometimes he buys a few of these for replies. Couldn't be a luckier find, see for yourself. You try on and you can feel energy returning to your tired limbs. Not taking a few more would be a wasted opportunity, so you figure. Zara becomes late, caravan station, ready to get back down the road. The day by the stone like one of the few memories that hasn't been tarnished by the spectre of bad fortune. Right, so I have a lot of items that I haven't assigned to anyone. But I'm gonna have to pause the video right here. First up though, and then go to heroes. Alright. Armor break. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that unlocked. She still hasn't leveled up. So I have 3 level 5 characters with Hokan. It's 4. Need 1 more to be able to have 5 level characters. And one of them the other one will be alright. So I have a party of level 5 characters. Anyway, Costin here on Serious Gaming signing out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Thank you all for watching and stay tuned for more. If you'd like to help the channel out, there's a bunch of links in the description.